Obviously, if I want to say the FIFA Women's World Cup has really been my fan, I'm a fan of what I'm really seeing so far and how far it's really been going. But speaking from the perspective of Nigerian, am I going to say I'm cool with what I've been saying over time? Maybe no. But the result against the Canada side was okay, was very amazing. Getting a draw against the Canada champions, who our Olympic side, getting that result was not bad enough. But our next game seems to be a very, very big one, where the Super Falcons will have to take on Australia come Thursday, and that game will be a very wonderful atmosphere time again because maybe Ajibade and Ayinde returns back, and also that lady, Sam K of Chelsea will not be available. Sound like a testimony in the church to talk about. But meanwhile, you're welcome to the show. This is the Spotlight. My name is Kizuke. I'm yet to see for the FIFA Women's World Cup. I'm yet to see an African side get the result. Maybe Morocco would do. But quickly on the show, let's get on to talk about African champions. Bayana of South Africa conceded a late goal to lose 2-1 to Sweden in their opening Group G game of the 23 FIFA Women's World Cup on Sunday. Now, after a goalless first half, 45 minutes, right, it was South Africa who took the local, that lead, wonderful goal from Hildat Magia in the 48th minute. Sweden hit back and were rewarded in the 65th minute through goal from Fridolina Rolfo. In the 89th minute as well, Amanda Lestet netted the winner to give Sweden a winning start. And this is Africa's second defeat at this year's Women's World Cup, following Zambia's 5-0 loss to 2011 champions Japan on Saturday. Now, you need to know this is a very factual one. Only Nigerian Super Falcons have secured a point at the tournament after their hard-fought 0-0 draw with Canada. Morocco will be the next game in action. That's today. That game has started 9:30 Nigerian time. So we have to hope and see if Morocco will be giving us the results against Germany that we need, playing against our two-time champions who are the German side. I mean, looking very funny to talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup. Now, on that contrary, still on that note, Super Falcons forward Rashida Ajibade says the team is focused on getting the maximum point in their subsequent matches of the 23 FIFA Women's World Cup. The Super Falcons head the Canucks of Canada to a 0-0 draw at the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium. And Ajibade on Friday said, "We are going to come out strong. The Super Falcons will play Australia next at the Brisbane Stadium next week, and that's this week Thursday," according to her. When she said the final group game is against Republic of Ireland 4 days later at the same venue. Ajibade took this to her social media handle to thank her teammate and also challenged the teammate to focus on the upcoming matches. Quoting the lady on the show now, she said, "Well done by the team to earn a point in a tough match against Canada. We remain focused on the matches and we cannot wait to see that we come out very strong. We are fighting with the maximum point and also subsequent matches," she wrote on her handle, saying she's optimistic that we have to come out strong against Republic of Ireland in the next coming game. And that's just about this lady who, very wonderful, Ajibade, are doing it so well. And let's hope that it comes out to be a very strong one. And Ajibade, plays for Atletico Madrid, and she's expected to return in action against Australia come on Thursday. That's a good news for the Super Falcons. I know around the world they should be celebrating this one. Not just about Ajibade. That's also a lady who plays in the midfield. Halima to Ayinde has said she cannot wait to return for the Super Falcons in the next Group B game against co-host Australia at the ongoing FIFA Women's World Cup. Ayinde was ruled out of the Super Falcons last game. Talk about the opener against Canada, where she got a straight red card in the semi-final of the 2022 WAFCON. And the send-off ruled her out of the third place game against Zambia, and also the opener right there at the World Cup. She will now be on the verge of returning back to action when the 9-time African champions face very wonderful side Australia on Thursday. Now, reacting to the hard-fought draw against Canada, Ayinde praised her team, giving them all the praises, all the kudos for their performance. She said special kudos to the team for the hard-fought draw in our opening the FIFA Women's World Cup match against Canada in Melbourne. It's a positive start for me and also for us, and some good performances to build up in our coming games. Proud of the team, she said. Can't wait to return, can't wait to be back, coming from Ayinde. Also, personally for me, I can't wait to see this lady back again on the team to play the football. She's a very wonderful midfielder. You can't take away anything from this legendary in the game. Now, still talking about the FIFA Women's World Cup. I got this one now. Big name, like I like to say the word, big name, Director General World Trade Organization, WCO, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has tasked the Super Falcons to go out for the victory against Australia. The Super Falcons will take on the co-host in their second group game, the 23 FIFA Women's World Cup on Thursday. Now you need to know the encounter is slated for Brisbane Stadium, and that's going to be on Thursday. Around the Wildrum side played out a 0-0 draw against Canada in the first openings feature. Now the Maltoders, on the other hand, laboured to a 1-0 victory against Republic of Ireland. Okonjo-Iweala took to the social media to congratulate the Super Falcons on their very, very much impressive draw against Canada and charged the players to do more against Australia. Let me get a quote to the lady, legendary in the game, talk about the director, of the WTO there. She said, Super Falcons, congratulations on your incredible effort in the draw with Canada. Wishing you all the best in the upcoming matches against Australia. Ops, she wrote on Twitter handle. Thursday encounter will be a kicking off at 11 a.m. That's Nigerian time. So Okonjo-Iweala is really urging them. Personally, for me on the show, right, I can say that a million times. I'm really urging these ladies to go out there to give us the maximum results that we know, that we want, that we need. I just love the team so well. The way they play, I think they play more of defensive this time around. They need to understand that they are top-notch ladies. They need to understand the life of Azita Bashola, who is a very big, wonderful lady that plays for Barcelona side. She needs to know. Now, Onomono plays on the right, on the top scorer there in the team. Also, Odega from the right side, that the midfield looks. They have Oyedupe, I think that was the name I recall. A wonderful player. Now, the midfield, we've got Mason Abiodun, Deborah, who is 19 with the red card, But I'm so sure these ladies will do well. Alozie, Chiamaka Nadozie, Ohale, who plays for Benfica. My best player, Pumptree, Ashley Pumptree, who plays for Leicester City. These ladies are just so good in what they do. But we hope they come out very strong. Let's go to the next story right now, where Super Falcons head coach Round the Wildrum says there is a great spirit in the team camp on Thursday clash against Australia. The encounter against Australia will be Nigeria's second game out of 23 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The Super Falcons played out a 0-0 draw against Canada on the 21st of July 2023. In a video posted on the Super Falcons Twitter handle, Waldrum highlighted the good mood in the camp at the moment, and also he mentioned the use of yoga to calm the nerves of the players, and he said, well, I think it's good. Waldrum remarked, yesterday on the game day one, we just had some of recovery training for those who played the match and also who had gone through a lot of minutes. We got some yoga, got some recovery training, got them in the pool and the hot and the tub, and gave them a little bit of break in the afternoon to, go for shopping and sightseeing around the hotel. It was good for the team to be out there. They've been so isolated in camp, and then, today we'll be training in the evening since our matches are now going to be late in the evening, and that's Round the Wildrum. The next two matches will be at 8 p.m. so we want to simulate that. We will see how training goes tonight, but so far the camp looks to be in a very good place, nice condition right now. Keep supporting us, he said. We appreciate the support. All the messages I've gotten from from the people back home in Nigeria as well as the Nigerians here in Australia. That was a great support in the stadium. Just keep sending in your positive vibes to the team because we are in this together, coming from Round the Wildrum. Yes, this Super Falcons side, I love the way they play. I think if there's anything to say about them, you would understand that they went through some saga before they got to this Brisbane right now, where they are currently. And it's not been so easy. I know the saga about Round the Wildrum at the NFF before the tournament kick-started. A whole lot of people were talking about the Round the Wildrum position of the game and how well they play. Like I said before, I believe these ladies will come out from that group very strong. All they need to do is just go get the positive result against Australia when they come to play on Thursday and be themselves. We've got big names. I don't like to say, regardless of, Sam Kerr not going to be unavailable for that very much game, but no disrespect to the Australian side. But I want to believe that we have what it takes to get out there. Ajibade plays for Atletico Madrid. This lady. Onomono also a wonderful goal scorer. Azita Bashola needs to own her game. She needs to be on her A game. She needs to understand that, yes, I'm a big name. I'm a big fish. I need to be on my game. And you know what? These ladies actually are so scared about marking or getting on the ball or getting on the nerves of Azita Bashola. That's just what she brings to the table, and that's how good she is. Well, let's go to the next story now, talking about football, where Bayer Leverkusen, German club, have announced the signing of Nigerian Victor Boniface from Belgian side Union Saint-Gilloise. Leverkusen confirmed Boniface signing in the statement on their website on Saturday. The 22-year-old put pen to paper on a 5-year contract. Bayern 04 Leverkusen signed Victor Boniface. The club stated the striker now comes from Union Saint-Gilloise of German side and have signed a contract until 2028. Welcome under the gloves. Victor Boniface is the latest player to join Bayer Leverkusen following the recent acquisition of Granit Xhaka from Arsenal. So we have to say Bayer Leverkusen have got to sign a player. And I think they're selling and buying more like a transition on the team. But let's get on the next story. We have got this one now. Legendary defender Roberto Carlos has said former Nigerian international Austin Okocha had the skill of a typical Brazilian player. Carlos stated this in an interview posted on African Fact Zone Twitter handle when asked who amongst George Well, Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba, and Okocha, the Real Madrid legend, Brazil legend, picked Okocha. He said, Okocha for me looked like a Brazilian. He plays like a Brazilian. The 2002 World Cup winner said Okocha was spectacular. Seeing him play, around the world for his muscles, for his country, for the club he's played for. In my opinion, Okocha had many skills of a Brazilian player. He played with elegance when he dribbled. He was very difficult to defend. For me, he was an icon of African football, Carlos said. And Carlos also, you need to know, faced Okocha. They faced each other twice in the group stage. That was in the semi-final of the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games, while Brazil won 1-0 in the group game. That was the Under-23 Eagles known then, and also currently the Dream Team won 4-3 in a dramatic semi-final clash. In 1994, Okocha was part of the Super Eagles squad that played in the Africa Cup of Nations. He was also a player who was featured at 3 FIFA World Cup back in 1994, 1998 and 2002. At club level, he played for Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany, Fenerbahce, Turkey. In the League One, also played for Paris Saint-Germain. Looking at your screen, you can see that man doing the dazzles right there. In March 2004, Okocha was included in the late Pele's 1,000 greatest living footballers. I cannot say less about Austin JJ Okocha. I don't know, this guy is just something else to talk about. You can't get the ball off his feet. You just can't do that. This is how good he is. Now let's get on the next story and talk about transfer news, where Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur have submitted a bid for Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe. Sounds to be funny, but that's just the truth. Now Mbappe is on the verge of maybe leaving because he's currently he's still a Paris Saint-Germain player, but regardless of him not being involved where the team are currently in Japan at the moment, Mbappe is on the verge of maybe leaving the club and possibly 2004 or 2024, sorry, I beg your pardon, making a move to Real Madrid. But Paris Saint-Germain are being disciplined on this very much, guy. We at Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur have submitted a bid for Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe this current summer transfer. According to reports, says that Paris Saint-Germain have put pen on paper, have put up Mbappe, for sale, and Tottenham have made a formal offer for the 24-year-old Frenchman. Tottenham long-term striker Harry Kane has been linked to the transfer move to Bayern Munich throughout the summer, and signing Mbappe might be just a turning point in the deal. Mbappe, who was left out of the Paris Saint-Germain squad for the pre-season tour in Japan, and also he has refuted an extension deal with the French League One club. Mbappe's contract with Paris Saint-Germain expires next year, that's 2024, and the club are against him moving on a free transfer deal next summer. The youngster have also been linked to Chelsea, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Al Hilal, and Arsenal this summer. But Mbappe, you need to know, netted 29 goals and provided 5 assists in 34 French League One games last season. The Parisian also won the League One with 86 points from 38 games in the division. Tottenham also accumulated 60 points from 38 Premier League game last season and finished so low, 8 on the league table. Maybe not so low, but low in my opinion, and that's just what it is. So Mbappe is on the verge of maybe he might be leaving, just might be leaving Paris Saint-Germain. I think this question about Mbappe, I would want to say the club is really being disciplined. I know from where I'm coming from, I feel like the game is about discipline and intellect. You just have to be loyal to your club side. I mean, regardless of you putting pen to paper, your contract, you're still a player for Paris Saint-Germain. And the club is on the verge of, if you can put pen to paper right now, then you have to go. We can't let our best player leave for free. Don't forget also Kylian Mbappe is the skipper of the French national side, and also he just needs to be very careful and worry about his contract and his deal and his lifestyle. I think it's time for his family members, brothers and sisters, to decide a very, very wonderful one for him. Now let's talk about Formula One on the show, where Max Verstappen secured another Formula One record for Red Bull with victory at the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Milton Keynes-based Alfa took a 12 straight win to beat McLaren tally from 1988. Lando Norris finished second ahead of Sergio Perez, who performed valiantly to rise from 9th on the grid. Lewis Hamilton dropped from pole to 4th ahead of Oscar Piastri. Now with the Mercedes driver talking about holding Perez all the way to the line, George Russell finished ahead of both Ferrari's driver having started 18th with Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll rounding up the top 10. And that's for the world of Formula One. Anytime, any day, let's give it to this man, Max Verstappen. Anytime, he's a top-notch man. You can't take away anything from this Dutchman who has done a transformation in the world of Formula One. Come with me, let's talk about tennis. Novak Djokovic has withdrawn now. This looks very bad for every Serbian international. I don't know how this looks, but not a good news. When Novak Djokovic has withdrawn from the National Bank Open presented by Roger due to fatigue. Tournament organizers, announced on Sunday, I have always enjoyed my time in Canada, but after speaking with my team, we believe this is the right decision to take, Djokovic said in a press release. I feel so bad though. I would like to thank Carl Hale, the tournament director, for understanding the decision. I really hope I can return to Canada and Toronto in the coming years to play in front of these great fans there. The Serbian international has won Canada's ATP Masters 1000 event 4 times, tallied 37 record. The last time he competed in the tournament was back in 2018. Djokovic also has competed at Wimbledon, where he fell short in a memorable championship match against Carlos Alcaraz. The 36-year-old is 33-5 in 2023 and has won titles at the Australian Open, Roland Garros and Adelaide. That's just what it is for, this top-notch player, Serbian international. I'll talk about Novak Djokovic. I respect him a lot. If time permits me, trust me, I'm going to talk more about this man. But wrapping up the show, talking about this very, very much one in the world of UFC, where Tom Aspinall banished a ghost at the O2 Arena on Saturday, securing the statement victory at the UFC London to make a triumphant return 1 year after suffering a severe injury in the same building. In July 2022, Aspinall tore his MCL and stretched his ACL. That was anterior crucial ligament just 15 seconds into his main event with Curtis Blades. And almost exactly 365 days later, the Wigan heavyweight stopped Marcin Tybura in the first round to get back to winning ways. Aspinall Teddy hurt Tybura early in a head kick, but resisted getting carried away, instead beating his time briefly at least before dropping the pole 37 with a straight right hand. Aspinall then pounced with Hammer's fist, forcing the stoppage with 1:13 on the clock before climbing atop of the cage to celebrate. I wasn't myself last year. This is a whole new version of me, he said in a post-flight interview. I'm not gonna say that I'm back because I'm different. My mind is different, my body is different. I'm going all the way to the belt. That's just for this man talking about Tom Aspinall. But this is where I have to call it a wrap on the show with the UFC. I'm not a fan of the UFC. I'm not a fan. I love every sport, but the UFC looks very scary for me because it looks very reality. It looks very real. Better word. Looking at the UFC, how it goes, you just might not understand. When you watch the game from home on your TV screen, and you'll be like, "Come on, is this real?" That's a real game. Talk about the UFC. But shout out to the man who keeps it real, Israel Adesanya, on that very part. This is Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizike. It is time for me to go, but hopefully tomorrow I'll return back for another sporting news to give you all the major sporting news you need to know and be updated. Stay safe for now. Bye-bye.